Hello there, tarot lovers. This is Marcus Vasey, and with the card of the day, and today's card is the King of Wands reverse. So if you have a look at this card here, it is, let's turn him up the right way around. He's the King of Fire with the salamanders and the lion in the background, his wand, and he is with his red robe and fiery crown. This king is upside down. The kings and all of the court are parts of our personality, parts of our self, and this is kind of a father figure self. All the male, strong, old, mature figures of the father energy of this male, this strong male energy inside of us. This can represent somebody outside of us, but it's most important, or it's most useful for us to identify with it on the inside and see who this is on the inside of me. I could speak about this king for a long time because me and this king go back a long way. And I can speak about this upside down king too, because this is the darkness of my personal shadow and other people's shadow, and all of the reversed court card talk about our shadow, talk about energies that we're repressing, that we're not dealing with very well, and we can relate to them all. And this king we can talk about in many different ways. So he's the king of fire. So he is the one of us, the part of us that has a relationship with our intuition, with our creativity, with that passion inside of us, as well as with that sexuality and with that ability to manifest things from vision, from intuition, from our connection to the divine and connection to heart. This is this fire inside of us. So this guy has a little bit of a negative relationship with that fire. He's got a negative relationship with his own aggressivity. He can be over dominating. He can be quite manipulative. He can definitely want to control the environment way too much, and he is afraid of losing control, and he will hold on tightly because of that. He is a strong leader, but not always that great leader that we want inside of ourselves, because he can have this negative relationship to his aggressivity, attaching ego to it and becoming maybe a little bit abusive and violent. This is a king who, shows us our narcissistic qualities more than anything else, because he is very ambitious and he's very self-centered. He's very selfish as well. He's also very self-destructive, this king, because his fire is turned inwards. And he represents, his inward fire that's not outwardly expressed positively burns him up on the inside, and he'll burn other people around him as well. And he'll put other people down, he'll judge other people, he'll be overly aggressive towards other people. This is our quality of ego, and it attaches to pride too, and our arrogance. I was just chatting with a friend about arrogance yesterday, and here he is. This is the full-blown strong arrogant nature inside of us that's afraid to look at it, look at the shame and the guilt that might be behind certain old stories, and they're afraid to feel vulnerable and afraid to use their creativity in a positive way. And so this king has some big issues. So what can I say? It's a kingly energy, strong energy. How did he get to be on his throne if he's got all these stories? He's charming, he's got great leadership qualities, and he's a great guide, and he's super connected to his intuition, but he does not use it very well, or he's maybe not embracing the positivity or really the God-sent gifts that he's had and using them properly, but maybe using them in a way which is more negative, in a manipulative way. He's a king of gaslighting. This guy is going to convince you of truths that are not your truths, and he is the part of us which cleverly, narcissistically convinces ourselves to believe in truths that are not our truths either. This card came up with another card side by side, and I'm going to bring this up just to talk about it. Here's the Page of Pentacles, this pure, innocent child receiving the gift of the Pentacles and grabbing it and loving it for the first time, and saying, wow, what an amazing thing. I've got this body, I can do things with it. I've got this life, I can do so much with it. And so these two cards here talk about a relationship of this maybe strong, dominating, controlling, over-controlling male figure that doesn't have to be a man, it can be a woman too, in our lives and inside of ourselves, that maybe was over-dominating our innocent child, and this child is just absorbing and open to receive everything that this strong character may have wanted at one time, and may have abused his power in this type of relationship. And this is sometimes the inner father that we lack inside of ourselves, that is not stepping up to be that protective, caring and powerful, courageous dad for our own inner child inside. And this is where we learn bad boundaries for ourselves, because we're not fathering ourselves, we're not giving ourselves these protective guidelines that we really know we deserve and need. And so maybe you can look at this in a relationship today and see if there's a part of you that is not supporting that more vulnerable inner child inside of you, that openness that we would love to just say yes to all of life, but we don't feel safe to sometimes because we don't have our boundaries so strongly and forcibly in place, because we've been taught to accept things that we don't need to. We've been taught to say yes to things that we may not necessarily, as far as our heart is concerned, agree with. Many points to ponder here. I'd love to hear your comments. Subscribe down below and stay tuned. Lots of love for you today.